What's up, guys? Lil Nolan here, and today I'm talking Aladdin. Excuse me if you can see my breath every now and then, but it is very cold. It's very, very cold. And it's gonna be cold for a long time, so I can't keep making It's Cold videos. Even though it's colder than it was that time when I made that video. Aladdin is honestly my favorite Disney movie because of Robin Williams playing the genie. He was brilliant. It was just, I don't know how to describe, but like that role was like the perfect role for him. I've never seen another movie that had a character that was just perfect for their role like that, if that makes sense. So to have somebody else have that role is just, I don't know. Like, I can understand maybe if I was a kid growing up now, maybe I could be okay with it, but watching anybody else play the genie automatically makes it to where I don't like it. Just the whole, and I love Will Smith. Don't get me wrong. I love Will Smith, but he's not Robin Williams, and it's just the whole thing it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right to have them make this movie again. Being someone who loves comedy and I like to make jokes and like to make people laugh and stuff like that, Robin Williams is one of my top influences, period. Like of all the people that I've watched do comedy, he is one of my favorites. And that role with him in it was legendary. Like I said, I've yet to see another character that was played so perfectly by somebody who is literally just doing the voice. Like, it wasn't even like he was doing like acting. It was just his voice and his energy that he brought to it. It was just, it synced. And to have somebody try and copy that or, put their own spin on it or whatever. Okay, anyway, well, beyond the whole genie thing, obviously the songs were just, they weren't what I was expecting from Aladdin movie. The first song, the Arabian Nights song, Will Smith was okay. It was all right. It was a tone that I could take from Will Smith in song form. That part was okay. The Aladdin part, and he's got to do parkour, he's got to do all that stuff like that. I get it, but it just didn't, that didn't feel the same either. Like, that song didn't feel the same either. The suitor came, and it wasn't even the suitor that said anything to Aladdin. It was just the head of the guard said something to him. That doesn't, I don't know. When the head of the guard is telling you stuff, it doesn't feel the same as like the suitor kicking him into the mud. You know what I mean? Then the suitor was like this weird Scandinavian dude. Like, the suitor in the movie, he was just kind of an asshole. He wasn't like awkward or nothing like that. He wasn't dumb. He was just an asshole. And then you got Jafar, who's out here hunting for prisoners and stuff, trying to see if he can get people to go get this lamp for him and stuff. Which, of all the people that they had in this movie, honestly, I think Jafar is kind of the most believable. They had him talk to Aladdin in the desert. That little speech he gives Aladdin, that's pretty legit. Like, dude, they made him a thief in this one, which in some cases is kind of like, man, but it made him relatable. He's not just this random sorcerer that happened upon we didn't know where Jafar came from in Aladdin, which is kind of the appeal of Jafar. He's just this mysterious sorcerer that happens to be the Sultan's right hand and is corrupting him with his staff and all that. But in this one, it's like he was a thief. Like, they gave him a backstory. He was a thief that rose up from, you know, being just random street thief to powerful sorcerer. And, you know, they don't really say how he became a sorcerer or anything like that. It's just like a quick backstory to relate to Aladdin. And the whole little pocket thing where he pulls out the little hair thing that Aladdin took from Jasmine, that was cool. Like, you know, it was something that made, you know, it gave Jafar a reason to be the way he is. And grounding Jafar was one of the only things I really liked about this movie. Disney movie, if the songs aren't good, it takes you out of the movie. And the whole like genie thing, like, that's a big part of the movie. So the only thing that saved any part of the genie was that it was Will Smith. That's the only thing that saved it. And it was like, I was upset that he did it, but at the same time, if anybody is gonna do it, I was like, okay, at least it's Will Smith. At least it's somebody that I also respect. But like, you know, the only thing that I liked about him was like the little hints of like, you know, like, dude, you know, get off the jams, or like, you know, like, like he like the little swaggy parts of the genie, that was cool. But like all the rest of the parts, it was just like the songs and, you know, the spontaneous stuff that Robin Williams did when he started doing all that, it was just like, all right, okay, that's kind of but like the swaggy bits where he's like doing like the dance with his hands and he's making them dance and stuff like that, like if they rewrote the genie to be more Will Smith, less Robin Williams, that would have been cool. Like, I could understand, like, they tried to add the beatbox into the you know, the genie song, Never Had a Friend Like Me. They tried to add the little bit of hip hop to it. Like, I was like, okay, that's not what I want in this song. Honestly, I would have rather him just skip the song. Like, honestly, I'd rather him just skip some of the songs that Genie did and just like show his powers. Like, honestly, I'd rather have Will Smith not have sang, because the songs that Robin Williams was singing was just like, you can't copy those. So it's like, I'd rather him just like skip the whole singing altogether. Like, I would have rather had Will Smith be his own genie. You know what I mean? Like, Will Smith as, like, you know, hit him with some hip hop or something. Don't do the whole Never Had a Friend Like Me. Just create a new song. They gave Jasmine a random song that she doesn't sing in the movie. Give Will Smith a song. You know what I mean? Give him like some rap songs or something. Give him something that fits more to Will Smith's energy. He's more like, yeah, he can be funny and all that stuff like that, which I appreciate. It's just, he's a lot smoother than Robin Williams was. Robin Williams was like the goofy genie. Like, they should have had Will Smith be like a smooth genie. And especially if they're grounding Jafar, they're empowering Jasmine, they're all these things were changing. All of a sudden they added this handmaiden character. They could at least have changed the genie to fit Will Smith, and they didn't do that. And then the whole empowering Jasmine to make her sultan thing, I mean, I get it. It sends a message to women. In the grand scheme of things that happen in this movie, I'm not as upset about that as any of the other stuff I'm upset about. So, like, the songs, they changed up the songs. They doubled down on Aladdin and Jasmine's songs for some reason. Like, they kept the same song and switched the lyrics a little bit to show growth or something, or changing, like, the change of attitude or something like that. But, like, I don't know. It was just, some of the songs I didn't need. Some of the songs I wish they had completely altered for the genie. And the goofiness of the genie as Will Smith, I would have rather they made the genie smoother. Like, if you're gonna make a movie like this and change some stuff around or whatever, like, change it to fit the actors. Don't change it to, like, you know, I don't know. They tried to change it so that the actors fit into the original roles instead of changing the original roles to fit the actors. Because if they had done that, I feel like maybe I would have liked it more. But just like watching these actors who honestly I didn't think they were all that bad. I didn't hate them. Like watching these actors who could have made a good movie stumble through parts that they're trying to copy. I didn't really like that. If they had changed Aladdin more, like how they did Dumbo, like how they changed up, like the animals don't even talk in Dumbo. Like if they like the story progressed in a different way. Like if they had changed up the movie like they did other movies, then I would have been okay with that for Aladdin. Especially if there's no Robin Williams to be the genie, I would rather them rewrite that movie. Like give it a new spin so that the new actors that come in have like not necessarily a clean slate, but a fighting chance at making a movie that people are nostalgic about the old movie could watch. But all in all, I was disappointed in Aladdin, and it's not the fault of the actors. That's the fault of the people that made the movie. That's the fault of them trying to, restructure the actors to fit roles that they weren't meant to fit. They should have completely changed the roles to fit the actors and just kept the story. So that being said, Aladdin, if you really want to watch an Aladdin, if you've seen the old Aladdin, just watch that one again. And if you haven't seen the original Aladdin, then if you haven't seen the original Aladdin, I would honestly, and you're gonna watch both, I would tell you to watch the new one first and then compare the new one to the old one. Because if you watch the old one first and then you compare it to this one, you're gonna be disappointed. If you're gonna watch both movies and you ain't seen either, watch this live action one first to get to get a fresher perspective with no nostalgia factor or nothing to compare it to, and watch it that way, and then go to the cartoon and watch the cartoon. Because if you watch it the reverse, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate this movie if you watch it reverse. That being said, Aladdin, as somebody who's seen the first movie, I probably would just skip it. Nollan Out.